Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Thrifty Canucks and Thrifty Thursday. Thrifty Canucks hosted by the illustrious, talented, and lovely Kim at Images by Kim, and the illustrious, talented, and wonderful Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming. I also have an industrial forage to go through. That's why we have all of this newspaper. So, is there a hashtag for foraging? I don't know. There should be, if there isn't. So I'm going to start off with neither a forage nor a thrift, and that is, I got some napkins, and I saw these. I paid. The words that are in my head, I paid full retail for these napkins, but aren't they pretty? I just love that colorway. It can be in the purples, it can be in the pinks, it can be the yellows and the greens. I just really, and the coverage of it is a really beautiful background. So I got some napkins. I'll put those on the floor. So my thrifting is, I'm going to claim it as modest. So let us go. I have 5 books. Spoilers. First one. This is a German magazine book, and it is full of German language that is a blue font that has the S set, which is important to me, and this beautiful art, monochromatic art that is the titles that are just gorgeous. And this is, I think it's Bavarian food. Oh, those are fish. So I got it for all of the, oh, look at that. Can you imagine just like cutting that out and having that as a page? Yes, yes, please. So this is published in Munich in 1999 by, I have to look at it closely, Verlagsgesellschaft BLV. Yes, there. Munich, Vienna, and Zurich. Okay. But it's just really, really pretty. So, I got that. Oh, that's a poem. Ausis und Garis und Schades, das war es. Schaden, I think is sad, maybe? I don't know. Maybe sad that it's over? Maybe it's a fancy the end. Look at even the corners of the, oh, I didn't even notice these, all of these corners. Did they vary? Oh, they do. Oh. Yes, they do vary. Ooh, so a lot of opportunity with that book. Okay, there's that. Next one. So let us do this one next. So this one is the Kew Gardens Exotic Plants Coloring Book. And it is a coloring book, but on the verso, the other page, they have the watercolor plates to every plant that is in this book. So I 1000%. You know how you see books and you know there isn't hesitation. There is, that's mine. As a statement, when you pick it up and you understand what it is, it's like, yep, that's mine. I think cold dead hands are going to get it. You're going to get it from me. That's a gorgeous picture, and they can make beautiful envelopes and all the things. We know all the things, the large pieces, and I'm not to be so derisive of these black and white images either, because they're pretty swell. So I've got that. Ooh, what's that? Does it say? Oh, there is a plate. 29. Encephalotus horridus. So I'm going to go with horridus. Isn't there like this horrible smelling plant? Like some weird orchid that blooms like once every 1,000 years or some crazy thing? And the encephal, so encephalitis is something to do with brain. It may not be brain, but that's what I think of that word. I have no idea because I never took Latin. And all the Latin students are yelling. I'm very sorry. Let's follow on with that theme. So here is another woman artist, Marianne's Garden, Drawings and Writings by Marianne McLean. Look at that. This is a taste. It's a taste of what's going to happen. 1997, published by Harry N. Abrams Incorporated, New York. So, so I'll read a bit of the introduction because it explains the book. There are some things which in themselves demand a physical reaction. Try not to hold a conch shell up to your ear for the sound of the sea. Try not to stroke a beautiful animal. Once in Mexico, I cut my long hair very short. The land was so exhilarating I had to do something. I couldn't stroke it or hold it up to my ear, and if I could sing, maybe I wouldn't have had to cut my hair. I felt very much the same about the young lettuces. The pale leaves came up with such grace and eloquence, were so dance-like in their debut that I couldn't get them close enough to me. By tracing the motion of their lives, perhaps I could gather for myself a bit of their dance. It has been said that what man really wants is to be at one with nature. I think this is true. I wanted to be at one with lettuce, and that is why these drawings began. So she is drawing her garden. And so she has like almost scientific in her dedication to just showing up with these incremental pieces of information. You know, the seed, the date, how it grows, what it looks like in sort of the fullness. Anyways, so she goes on. This whole book, some color, some black and white, bananas, and another one that I just saw it and went, yep, it's in my bin. So I must have been at just the right time to be able to, somebody was doing something, because this came out of the same store at the same time. And that's, I think, the joy and the danger of thrifting. Because tomorrow, if I go, this won't be there. There will be a whole different selection of books that may not be my jam. Like, look at this. This is a zucchini flowers, or I can't remember the British, courgettes. That's a well-observed tomato. Anyway, so she goes on and on. That's a fun envelope. Ooh, what is that? I don't know what that is, but that's pretty funky. And then she has, oh, beautiful morning glories. I plant them regularly because they are a super simple, very showy flower. If you've ever been to Stratford, Ontario, and been to the Avon Theatre, in peak summer, they have a whole sort of step-down garden that's right in front of the theater, and they use this simple and showy flower to great advantage. So just a gorge book. So that's that one. Then another side, like a side cache that somebody came in with a whole bunch of kind of oldish books. That's a little bit faded. It's Westward Ho. Look at that cover. Oh my goodness, I love that cover. It is red and gold and gorgeous. And so I think this is Ailed. It's an Ailed. So MD and then 4 C's. So I think this is the year 1900. And then it's an interesting font, and there are periodic plates with a little on that tissue that they have to keep the photographs good. So I got it 100% for the cover, which I love. And then I got this because it's just fun. The Commercial Handbook of Canada, 5th year, 1909. And this is full of, I think if you were a merchant, so commercial, it relates to all of the business of Canada, and then information. So there is banking information, Canada Customs Acts, there's chartered banks, attorneys, just a really interesting reference book that I'm kind of sad. Just look at the back. London Lancashire Fire Insurance Company. Pellet and Pellet. Ads at the back, which is super fun. Like that was the modern Toronto. King Street, Ontario, Toronto. Toronto offers to manufacturers low taxation, cheap water, high-class labor, Niagara power at low rates. Excellent factory sites are available on both railways. For special opportunities, see the Board of Trade Register, page 328. Well, let's look at page 328 just for grins and giggles. Oops. I guess it's there. So these would be, the Board of Trade Register. So every city in, I guess, all of Canada. Board of Trade, BC. Wow. So I got that because I couldn't say no. It's also a really fun book. So that is it for, whoops-a-daisy. That tipped over. I know, babes, I know. So Gracie has just shown up going, well, what's all this noise about? Why wasn't I informed? I know, babes, I'm sorry. Yeah, you have a sniff. I stacked the books poorly. So that leaves us to the industrial foraging. And I think there should be something in the hashtag world that is foraging. So where did I go forage? I foraged in one of my main industrial areas, and I also was at a beach. So I did a big tour today. And my goal, what I was specifically looking for, was rusted iron pieces, because K3N Stitch Station channel here on YouTube had a video recently on using tea and iron dyeing as a combination, as opposed to iron and vinegar and heat. And yes, I have enough iron, but it just gave me something to do, and I am all for having something to do. So I will show you all of the things. This is a bit dark. It's a bit better. There we are. There. So this is fun. I like this. And I have recently purchased some wire snips, or I could probably just bend it. Oop, that feels like it's going to snap. Anyways, so wire piece. And I'm just pulling these out. I think this is wire, or could be wire. Hang on. I think it is, but it hasn't started rusting yet. I think there's some kind of coating on it. And I just have been pulling this out of the dirt, so this is going to be very schmutzy by the end. This is off the beach because I wanted this as texture for jelly printing. And oh yes, also the beach. Have you checked your brakes today? I don't know. Brake type adjustment limit. I don't know what any of that means. Fatigue kills, take a break. That's interesting. No date. Anyways, I got that because it's a functional ruler. And who doesn't like a functional ruler? Yeah, so this is a bit of an ick, but it's interesting because there is a lot of this, and I don't know what it is. And at the risk of saying, you know what, I could just probably undo that, because I probably could, but part of me just wanted to get it out of the system. And this was one of two that I was able to rescue and get rid of. I do that from time to time where there's something that is just so egregious and weird that I will pick it up. Okay, so what else do we have in our bag of fun? I got this, and I think this is probably some kind of religious text, or maybe prayer text. I don't know, but I figured if nothing else, it can be saved and kept. So here is, okay, put that aside for a second. So this is, I think, a good version of this. Clearly stuck to a piece of iron, which is what I was looking for. Can we take it apart? Don't see why not. Yep. Oh, we've got to undo this, the circly whirls. Maybe not. Maybe it should go the other way. Or we could cut it off. I don't know. Anyways, this feels kind of like this. In fact, it's the exact same, but this isn't undone in the same way that that has been. And it was stuck to something. And I don't know if this is native to this or not. But in any event, I'm putting this over this way, part metal, part that. What else do I have? So, weird bits and pieces. So this, I think, is a metal cap of something. A lot of these are somethings. It's some kind of, does it come apart? Does it unscrew? It does not. It just is a rotator. I got a bunch of these. They feel, so it looks like it's been sheared off somehow. Could have been important. I'm going to say that about that. This is fun. So this is, I think, Southern Draw. So this, I think, is a cigar paper, which I think is super fun. What else do I have? Very small piece of flour. This is the cap off of, so think of the rivets that go on a wheel. these are placed on top of the bolts, and these all point in a certain direction. And that's so that you can visually see without having to go and check whether or not any of the bolts have moved. So it's a safety mechanism for trucks. And I weirdly have like 3 others kicking around here somewhere, and I picked it up because this is larger than the other ones, and it's like, oh, all right, maybe I'm doing a collector set. I don't know. So what else do we have? Bang, 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 bang. This is a bit of something very decorative. But that goes with fabric. This is a rock. I know, it's a rock. That is not even fair forge material even for me, but it was out of where it should be, and I picked it up and I never put it down again. And it's also a very pleasing shape. It's almost like a palm guard shape. So this, I think, is an Indian offering, and this might go with that. And I have been informed by mudlarkers that say that to collect these after they have been committed to the water, the ceremony and the event is sort of completed. And so for them to have this picked up afterwards isn't a sign of dishonor. I am happily corrected on that, however, because I see them from time to time. Okay, what am I getting here? Oh yeah, this is a piece of just pulled this out of the environment because it's a piece of neon plastic. Okay, so what else is in here? These are chunky bits. So, first interesting, very big chunky bit, number 1. I can get it out. So here, I think, is a muffler, or the bottom of one. But if I can get that to split, which I probably can. Oh. It can go only so far and then it stops. So if I can get that separated, I will have some really lovely plated metal to play around with. So that is yum number 1. I could probably pop open too. Okay, so where am I going to put that? Let us put this there. Okay. On the beach, there were a lot of plastic bits. Okay, let's go through some of those. So, plastic bit number 1. This is a ball bearing. No idea. Plastic bit. This is a commercial trailer label. That kind of goes with that. Mudlarkers in the UK quite often will find one of 2, 3 things. They will find clay marbles, they will find German glass marbles, or they will find like a lead bullet or buckshot. And it is hilarious to me that I can do my own version of a Canadian mudlark and get kind of the same thing. So these aren't, I can't get what they have because, you know, their lakes are their history and it isn't transferable. But I do have the same kinds of things, and that always makes me kind of laugh. Oh yes, here's another good one. Look at this. Perfectly sound, not really, pair of glasses. Like, these are good glasses. They're not plastic, they're metal. Which I thought was like really funny. So I had to pick those up. What else? Oh yes, still on our plastics. So here's another one of those kind of things. And this is, oh, this is even more, maybe or not. No, they're not the same size, but the same kind of idea. It's a metal something that broke. Here's a piece of Lego. Here's a little bit of something that's rusting. No idea what that is. But I do like the shape. More crap in the bottom. So another piece of metal. This is a something. A bear, maybe? I don't know. It's a plastic whatnot. This is a plastic whatnot. I don't know what this plastic whatnot is. It might be a monkey? I'm not sure. More metal. So this, and this little line here is actually what I went out for. I got these bread tags because they also make fun printing stuff. Frankly, the Lego would as well. I don't know why we haven't seen anybody make a Lego print. Like take that flat green sheet and then arrange these dots in some kind of way that makes a jelly print work. I'd try it, but I don't have Lego, and I don't think I need to go and buy any. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, here's another rusted piece of something that busted. Rip tab. This made me laugh. This is an F7 key from a computer, which I think is funny. That sort of goes with the glasses. And another Heineken bottle top. I just like them because they have a red star in them. What else do we have down here? So another bread tab. Another ball thing. And I got this for the pattern as well. No idea what that's from. This is a piece of fabric. And this is just a really fun piece of driftwood. I like the size of it, and it just seemed sweet and delicate. What else do we have down here? Got a lot of bits, I'll tell you that. Come on. Another ball bearing. Another bottle cap, which I like because it was all blue. I think this is a butterfly. Or not. Or top of something. This is a seashell. It's a plastic seashell. One of the other things that the mudlarkers find a lot of is beads. And they are finding, Venetian glass beads, trade beads, Victorian beads, all that kind of stuff. And I can find them here as well. They are not that brand, but I can also find beads, which, I don't know, just makes me weirdly happy. Still scraping the bottom here. I've got a couple more doozies. Neon pink plastic, did not need. Half a butterfly. This got these holes in it, so it was probably part of a hair clip. Nice piece of wire. This tree type is all over the place and looks like wire. I ended up having to get a stick to save me from bending down because I'm 100 years old, maybe, I don't know. And just like that's not anything, get rid of it. Another beautiful flat piece of iron that I can probably undo. Bolt. And that all, oh, here's another bead. Nice blue bead. So I will get, do I have more things? There's that one. There's that bit. Is that a thing? Yeah, okay. So this is another piece, I think, of certainly steel spun wire. It might have been a lock. I think this says something, but I don't know what it says. Another rip tab, and this is not a bead. It's not a bead with a hole in it, but it is a little circular thing that's interesting. Okay, so I have said that I was out to find some metal. And I found 1, 2, 3, 4 what I would classify as good pieces of metal, one of which is not particularly usable. First one is this. This has got dirt in it, but this is a chonking piece of metal. No idea what it's from. Hopefully not too important that you can lose it, but that's really, really heavy. That is a piece of proper rusted iron. So that's my prize number 1. My prize number 2 is this. What a chonker of a washer. Love that. Item number 3. I have no idea what this is, but I love it. This is a very specifically milled spike of some kind. There is something, there's printing here. Oh, wear safety, it says wear safety goggles. So if you've been with me for any length of time, you know how I do tend to bang on about health and safety, top 5, how important it is, because it actually is very important because you don't want to get hurt. But I have no idea what that is, but it's a proper taper, and then it is a hexie like lock to it. Anyways, I had to wait for a whole tractor trailer to go by before I wonder if this, oh, well, at least it gets some of the goop out. No, it might go in there. It seems like this might be one of those locking mechanisms, you know, you shut the door and then you do that and then it just, does it sit? No, it doesn't sit, not on that one anyways, but that might be the bottom one. Anyways, so 2, and because this whole reason why I went out was to find a rusted metal, we have here, and that I was going to do some dyeing of paper and fabric, I found, oh, hold your horses, this piece of metal. Oh, isn't this amazing? I sort of yelped when I saw it, like, ah! And then just sort of swooped down on it like a seagull on a french fry. Is that not gorgeous? Oh, the marks this will make. Oh, I'm so excited to use this. Anyway, so that's my big piece of super treasure, and I have some decent metal to work with. I already had decent metal to work with, but now I have new stuff. And this technically is metal that goes over here, but it's not, I'm going to say the incredibly obvious, it's not really flat. And I don't know what to do with ball bearings. But that, I think, is that it? Oh. It's another little green bead thing. What's this? This is a label of some kind. I think it's probably for water because it says return, reuse. And is this piece? Nope, that's a leaf. And everything else is leaves or other assorted mess. So that's what I have been up to. This has been an episode of Thrifty Thursday. We could call it Foraging Friday. I'm just going to throw that out there for anybody who might want to popularize the hashtag. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Thrifty Thursday and Foraging or Forage Friday? Forage. And we'll see if there's anything else on the internet. Anyways, that's all for now. Super happy to be able to share this with you. I was very excited. And I know that there's a couple of people who are looking at this piece of metal going, ooh, I want. And you can borrow. But boy, that's a sharp end. And well, we've got to peel that apart and all kinds of other madness and mayhem. But I think I need to go boil some tea because I want to do some textile dyeing. And maybe some paper dyeing. With tea and rusted iron to see what we get. And I'm going to be, I'm just standing up now. When did I hit that? Has that been there the whole time? Oh, I hope not. Well, if it has been, I'm sorry. I'm just giving a final scan to make sure that I've got everything, and I think I have. So, as always, big heart from me. Take care of yourself and stay out of trouble. Bye now.